Hello everyone, and welcome to Dandy's World News. This is the first episode of Dandy's World News. Our first heading is the StarTime scandal. Every StarTime skin in the game used to have their own unique area where the StarTime trail was applied. Pebbles was the same as it is now. V's is also the same as it is now. Shelly's used to come from her wristbands. Astro's, I believe, used to come from his hat or his legs, and I do not remember where Sprout came from. You can check back on earlier videos of mine or any other YouTuber that covers Dandy's World since before the Brusha update, I believe, is when this quote-unquote scandal occurred. I don't know why Quell did this and why it did not affect V. Pebbles is just what everyone's default is now. But now to our most interesting piece of news today. There is an admin in the Dandy's World Discord server that was banned. Not just any admin, the head admin of the Discord server, Mike. He was banned due to an immature joke he made 2 years ago. It was especially troublesome considering this topic has already been a problem in the Dandy's World community with the previous co-owner of Dandy's World, who will not be named. But anyways, let's get back on a more lighthearted note. We will go to our first interesting segment of the day, our fantastic joke of the day. Alright, now let's head to the joke corner. Alright. What does Pebble say when you extract a machine? You rock! The jokes are usually going to be cheesy and not good at all, and always will be Dandy's World related. Now, let us head to our third segment, the Theory Zone. Theory Zone will be hosted by Roger. Roger, what theories do you have? The theories will be measured on a scale from common to lethal. A lethal theory will have two sorts of categorizations. Common to lethal being how juicy this theory is, and 1-star to 5-star being how reliable this theory is. Now, I have concocted a rare 2-star theory that there might actually be a new Christmas tune coming. The main reason why is because if you were a part of the community, which around half of the Dandy's World player base is, when the original Christmas update was released, then you would know that only 3 of the tunes were revealed before the update occurred. Rudy was teased when we first learned the update was definitely going to happen. Then we got a screenshot of the backs of Rudy, Ginger, and Bobette. Then we got an up-close of Rudy, Ginger, and Bobette where all of their names were revealed. And that is all we had for the update. Then, of course, as most people know, there was a 4th tune revealed in the Christmas update, being Cole, the pet rock. This leads to my theory that there might actually be another tune, though Quell has confirmed there won't be. That is why it's only 2-star. That's why it's only a 2-star. I believe there might be a new tune. I'm only assuming a common, but maybe it could be a lethal. I think Quell is right to focus on the stars of the show, but I feel if they add a new lethal twisted to the game, it would add for very interesting opportunity for every event. A Christmas lethal guaranteed on floor 20, or accessible by a card beyond floor 7. That same for Easter and Halloween. I believe there could be a new common tune. Coming to the game too, because Quell said she mostly wanted to focus on the ones we have already, so I think the perfect tune to be added could be a common tune with a passive or active ability, not to make it another tune with a toggle ability. Which would make it the second tune with a toggle ability we've ever had, to keep attention to the original 4. Plus, I truly believe it is a shame that Quell missed out on the opportunity to add a Christmas gift tune to the game. I feel like they could have a similar ability to Ginger, where they can put down little presents that can have different boosts. Their trinket could be they get a random 5% boost every floor, and it does not stack. So, a worse version of Gigi's lucky coin. But that's just a theory. That is indeed just a theory, and I don't think it is likely to happen. I do not believe there will be new tune. I don't believe there will be new tunes, but I do hope there is. I especially hope for a new lethal. I believe a gift. I believe possible lethal ideas could be a gift, or I believe possible lethals could be a gift, or a tree topper. Like the angel, the fancy ornament, or the Moravian star you put on top of your Christmas tree. Or maybe we could have representation in another winter holiday such as Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. But it is known as the Christmas update, so I highly doubt so. When there is controversy in the Dandy's World community, we will have our fourth segment hosted by Toodles, which is just where we ask Dandy's World players on their opinions. But since there is not anything I believe we must ask about, we will just continue to our fifth segment, a personal favorite of fans, that being, of course, Mythbusters, which will be hosted by Gigi, unless there is a certain tune required by the myth. Now, what myth shall we test? Now, I believe we should just test a myth. That being... Now, let's begin our myth testing. This one I know is true, but I find very interesting. There's already a much more popular YouTuber that has covered this myth, but I want to cover it because I've figured out the reason on why it happens. For example, this myth is that some tunes have certain items in their head. Dandy, as you can see, has a tape in his head. Astro he should have oh, wait. Astro has his other hat inside of his head. Very, very interesting. He should also have... I know it's visible on his other skins. Let's go to default. Also, Astro has a ginormous gap in between his eyes for some reason. Was it removed from him? I think you can see it on his StarTime skin. Maybe not. The sparkles he uses for his idol animation are inside of his head at some points. Or at least they used to be. Let's try it. I find it interesting his old hat is inside of here too. Parasha has something inside of her head. If you look closely, you can see her book and paintbrush inside of her head. The reason why they have this is to store them for their idol animations. As you might have seen earlier, that when Dandy does his idol animation, the tape inside of his head, he grabs it and it goes out of his body, and then he puts it back in his head. It is an easy area to store a model inside of a toon for their idle animations, if they have an item to use. Such as... Is V's microphone in her head, actually? I think it is. V's microphone. Tisha's brush, actually, maybe. I think it might be stored in her body. Can we check that? I'm not sure we're gonna be able to check that. Is it not? Not Tisha's feather duster. Sprout. Sweet charm. Sprout's savory charm is inside of his torso, it seems. So I guess some of them are stored in their torso. They all just have item. If they pull out an item for their idle animation, it is stored in a part of the model. That is why you won't see Gigi have anything inside of her head, because her idle animation, although you can see the back of her face inside of here, inside of her head, which you cannot see from the top because of some of the model making sure you can't. I believe that will be all for this episode of Dandy's World News. Happy holidays, everyone. If you have any theories you would like us to discuss on the show, please comment them down below. If you have any myths you want us to test, comment them down below. If you have any stories you want us to say, comment them down below. I hope everyone has a terrific day. And that will be all for Dandy's World News.